Hello everybody and welcome to episode 9 of season 3 of Smackdown. Here are WWE 2K25 Universe Mode, and we are kicking things off as always with the 24/7 Championship on the line. Who will answer the call? Oh, wait just a minute. That is the former Intercontinental Champion, former two-time 24/7 champion here on Universe Mode, Xavier Woods. And this is interesting because if Xavier Woods manages to win this match, he will tie Logan Paul with the most reigns as 24/7 champion in Universe Mode history with 3. Obviously, Xavier Woods, it has been a long time since we have seen this man here on Universe Mode. I guess you could say kind of lost in the shuffle here on the SmackDown roster. Obviously, a lot of chaos has been going on SmackDown in recent weeks. Xavier Woods was also drafted alone out of the New Day in the Universe Mode draft earlier this year. Xavier Woods, though, wants to get back in the conversation and wants to become a 3-time 24/7 champion here tonight to kick off episode 9 of SmackDown. But if he wants to do that, he needs to beat this man, a man who has been on a roll the past few weeks as 24/7 champion, the local hero, Joe Hendry, the viral sensation. Obviously, Joe Hendry contractually a Monday Night Raw talent, but obviously 24/7 title rules means you have to defend the title every Raw, every SmackDown, and select premium live events. Joe Hendry defeated Ethan Page to become 24/7 champion, and ever since then, Joe Hendry has been on a roll. Obviously, Joe Hendry defeated Darby Allin last week on SmackDown to retain that championship. He's defeated Braun Breaker by countout to retain that championship as well. Joe Hendry has been super duper impressive, and also this past week on Monday Night Raw, he defeated the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita in a very close contest to retain that title as well. Joe Hendry, a lot of very big wins under his belt, but can he defeat former two-time 24/7 champion and former Intercontinental champion in Xavier Woods? We are going to find out in a matter of moments.
Introducing the challenger from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 205 pounds, Xavier Woods.
Can Xavier Woods get back in the winning column by becoming a 3-time 24/7 champion tonight?
Weighing in at 250 pounds, the 24/7 champion, Joe
Joe Hendry looking down at that title. Obviously, Joe Hendry's first title reign in his Universe Mode career. Surely many more to come. And Joe Hendry, a fighting champion, an honorable champ, always willing to put that title on the line against any challenger. Xavier Woods, the latest one. But can it be the last time we see Joe Hendry as 24/7 champion? We are on the road to the Royal Rumble. Xavier Woods, the challenger, Joe Hendry, the champion. Our opening contest on what is set to be an amazing night here on SmackDown, our main event, an 8-woman over-the-top rope battle royal. The first woman eliminated will not be in the Women's Royal Rumble match. The other 7 women remaining are, but the winner of the battle royal will be guaranteed one of the last 10 spots in the Women's Royal Rumble. 8 of SmackDown's hungriest competitors look to get an advantage in the Women's Royal Rumble match. We're also going to see a number 1 contenders match for the Women's World Championship. Kairi Sane or Shayna Baszler will be next in line to challenge Mercedes Moné for the Women's World Championship. We're going to hear from the new Intercontinental Champion Mark Briscoe after he successfully cashed in last week and defeated Kevin Owens and Jacob Fatu to win the Intercontinental Championship, covered by Joe Hendry in a kick out. We're also going to hear from the World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns after a successful title defense at Saturday night's main event against Sami Zayn. What will the Tribal Chief have to say? We're also going to have a men's Royal Rumble qualifying match. Rey Fenix of the Lucha Brothers will take on the Undisputed Kingdom's Kyle O'Reilly. All that and more still to come tonight. Xavier Woods with a splash to Joe Hendry in a cover. And Xavier Woods looks to have his name etched in history. Obviously, Xavier Woods has been very vocal about his lack of opportunities here on SmackDown. He said he used to run Friday nights as Intercontinental Champion. What does Woods have in mind here? Oh, beautiful superplex-like maneuver to Joe Hendry. And obviously, Xavier Woods is a lot more experienced than Mr. Hendry, so Xavier Woods looking to use that to his advantage and hopefully become the new 24/7 champion, tie Logan Paul with the most reigns as 24/7 champion in history. Oh, God. Oh, my God. He went for a drop kick to the back of Joe Hendry. Missed wildly. Also hurting himself in the process, but Xavier looking to take advantage and a kick out again by Joe Hendry. You got to think maybe if Xavier was able to connect that with full force, maybe he could have been able to win that matchup. Who knows? But Xavier, despite that botch, is still in control for the time being, but Joe Hendry trying to shrug Xavier off. Obviously, Joe Hendry realizing his title reign is in serious jeopardy here. Joe Hendry does not want to lose it here tonight. And Joe Hendry, oh, drop down. Look at this. Little workout here into the fall-away slam. We saw that on Monday Night Raw. Here's the cover. Hook of the leg. Oh, almost retained right there. But Joe Hendry now realizes if he connects this, it could be over. Standing ovation. Is this enough for Hendry to retain? Joe Hendry is still 24/7 champion. Xavier Woods put up one hell of a fight, but in the end, Joe Hendry was the better man. Let's look at this. Boom! Went for a dropkick, failed to connect, but Joe Hendry able to bounce back in this matchup, playing with Xavier a little bit into the fall-away slam. Wasn't able to get the job done, but Joe Hendry wasting little time into the standing ovation to Xavier Woods, and that was all she wrote for Joe Hendry to retain the 24/7 championship. Well, here's the World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns, who retained his World Championship against Sami Zayn at Saturday night's main event. Now the World Heavyweight Champion, looking to address the WWE Universe after that successful title defense. At Saturday night's main event, I destroyed that cockroach Sami Zayn and kept my historic title reign alive. And I'll tell you one thing, whoever wants to step in the ring against the Tribal Chief next, I will smash them and I will send them packing to catering where they belong. So if anyone wants to come get it, wait a minute. That is Switchblade Jay White. Roman, I know how good you are, and I appreciate that you sent Will Ospreay packing where he belongs. But I am one of the greatest in the entire world. I'm better than Will Ospreay, so I'll do what he can't. I will beat you, and I will become WWE World Champion. Ow! Well, Roman Reigns said, whoever wants to step foot next, I will smash them, hitting Jay White with the microphone and Switchblade. It's been a while since we've seen Switchblade Jay White here on Universe Mode. Former AEW World Champion, former Intercontinental Champion Roman Reigns does not like the fact that Switchblade making his Universe Mode return, wanting a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. And these men are having a brawl. Oh, Jay White wanted a moonsault. Roman Reigns, while looking to hold true to that promise, looking to torture Switchblade Jay White. Obviously, we know the history of Jay White and Will Ospreay from earlier this year, one of the longest rivalries in Universe Mode history. Jay White wanting to do what Will Ospreay couldn't at Survivor Series and beat Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is a dream match that a lot of fans have wanted. And Jay White now with Roman on his shoulders. Ow, and a shot right at the back of the head. Jay White holding his own against Roman Reigns. Can Jay White, if this match ever becomes official, become our next WWE World Champion? Ow, knee right to Roman. What a development here. Obviously, Jay White, who won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, no stranger to big matches. Ow, moonsault. And now Jay White. Obviously, Roman might not fully be 100% from his match against Sami Zayn at Saturday night's main event. Jay White doesn't give a damn. How good is it to see Switchblade back on Smackdown? Break his fingers chance. Roman neck breaker. Roman able to recover. Oh no. Jay White is in agony. And Roman Reigns beating down on Switchblade. Oh no, and now Roman gonna go for it. Are we gonna see it? The spear to Jay White. Well, Roman Reigns made the challenge. Jay White answers the call. And we have got to wait and see if that match becomes official. But ladies and gentlemen, we have just received word that later on tonight, an impromptu matchup, Switchblade Jay White's got to recover from that spear, and he's got to get ready. Because Switchblade Jay White will take on the enforcer of the bloodline, the man who failed to become Intercontinental Champion last week, Jacob Fatu. That is going to be a very tough matchup for Jay White to overcome. Jay White returning to the ring here tonight and will face Jacob Fatu. But what a challenge made by Switchblade Jay White for the World Heavyweight Championship. Again, we have got to wait to see if that match ever becomes official. Well, what a confrontation between the world champion Roman Reigns and Switchblade Jay White, but the show must go on as it is a women's world championship #1 contenders match set to take place here on SmackDown. Shayna Baszler, a woman who is quickly back on the rise here on the SmackDown Women's Division. Obviously, a few weeks ago, we saw Mercedes Moné defend the Women's World Championship against Pure Fusion Collective's War Games leader Cora Jade in an open challenge. Shayna Baszler looking to maybe avenge that loss and win the Women's World Championship. Shayna Baszler's had a few SmackDown Women's title reign, opportunities in the past, but Shayna Baszler believing she is better than ever, thinking it now is the time for her to reign as women's champion. You see there's Sonya Deville in her corner, but if Shayna Baszler wants a chance at Mercedes, she needs to beat this woman, Kairi Sane of the Kabuki Warriors. And Asuka joining her at ringside. This is going to be interesting.
And her opponent, accompanied by Asuka, representing Damage Control from Yamaguchi, Japan, Kairi Sane.
Obviously, Asuka, a bit of a busy week because this past Monday night on Raw, Asuka, her music was playing during the Women's United States Championship match between Dakota Kai and Liv Morgan, which allowed Dakota Kai to take advantage and win the WWE Women's United States Championship. We know Asuka will also be in our main event Battle Royal tonight for a chance at a guaranteed advantage in the Women's Royal Rumble match. But Kairi Sane looking to get another chance at the Women's World Championship. Obviously, Kairi Sane defeated Lyra Valkyria by countout last week, which could very well give her a chance at Mercedes Moné. And obviously, we know the history between Kairi Sane and Mercedes Moné dating all the way back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. And here we go. Oh! Match has begun. Shayna Baszler already with a spear to Kairi Sane. And like we said, Shayna Baszler has had a lot of momentum in recent weeks, especially leading up to Survivor Series War Games. Shayna Baszler would love a chance to be Women's World Champion. You gotta think Shayna Baszler's heard a lot of the online criticism. Obviously, we know how much of a killer Shayna Baszler was in NXT, but ever since Shayna Baszler was on SmackDown, a lot of people believe she's not living up to her full potential. And now Shayna Baszler looking to use some ground and pound strikes using her MMA expertise against Kairi Sane. Obviously, Kairi Sane, a prestigious champion in Japan. These two ladies, a lot of history in their days on NXT. A rivalry reignited here for a chance at the women's title. My God! Shayna Baszler has been in control ever since the opening bell, literally and figuratively. You got to think the women's champion Mercedes Moné has got to be watching this match closely, because whoever wins this match will be her next challenger. We don't know if it will be on SmackDown or at the Royal Rumble. Obviously, next week on SmackDown will be SmackDown New Year's Revolution. Kairi Sane now with a submission on Baszler. Baszler easily able to get out of it, but Kairi looking to gain some momentum. Who could forget Money in the Bank earlier this year? Oh, wait a minute. Sonya Deville was grabbing at the leg of Kairi Sane. Referee didn't see it, but Kairi's going to keep in control. Not let the distraction get to her too much. Very smart by Kairi Sane. Oh, went for the shotgun dropkick, but Baszler already made it to the floor. And I meant to say, oh, elbow to the back. At Money in the Bank earlier this year, Kairi Sane had a shot at the SmackDown Women's Championship against the champion at the time, Charlotte Flair. Obviously, Kairi Sane was unable to win that match, but Kairi Sane thinking that it would be a different result against Mercedes Moné. Oh, brutal shot by Baszler. Beautiful shot there. Now the cover and a kick out by Kairi. These two ladies looking to put all fire to the wind. Obviously, opportunities like this do not come every day for these two ladies. They know that it is now or never. And Baszler, look at this. Oh, taking her down. Oh, and Sonya Deville exposing the buckle pad. But Shayna Baszler's keeping in control here against Kairi Sane. And, oh, referee Jessica Carr fixing the buckle pad. And now these two ladies. What a match we are seeing here between these two here on SmackDown. Two of the most underrated talents, but the best in ring, looking for a shot at Mercedes Moné for the Women's World Championship. Back and forth blows between these two ladies. Who will gain the upper hand? Oh, back elbow by Kairi Sane. It looks like Kairi won on that exchange. Kairi looking to earn some momentum here. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, God. A version of the Boston Crab by Kairi Sane. Middle of the ring. Will Shayna have to tap? No, Kairi lets go. But gonna focus on the seemingly injured leg of Shayna Baszler. Kairi Sane into the cover to become the #1 contender. She does. Kairi Sane is the #1 contender for the Women's World Championship. Obviously, Shayna Baszler had a whole lot of momentum in the opening stages of this match, but Kairi Sane able to bounce back in a huge way, and it seems an old rivalry from Japan will be reignited as Kairi Sane will face Mercedes Moné for the Women's World Championship. What a development for Kairi Sane. Will Kairi Sane be our next WWE Women's World Championship? As Kairi Sane will take on a woman she knows all too well, Mercedes Moné, for the Women's World Championship. What a win for Kairi Sane here on SmackDown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is our new Intercontinental Champion, Mark Briscoe, who cashed in successfully in our main event last week to win the Intercontinental Championship. Mark Briscoe will now address the WWE Universe. Last week, I won the Intercontinental Championship by successfully cashing in Money in the Bank on Kevin Owens and Jacob Fatu. My first singles championship in Universe mode, and I did it in tribute to my late brother, Jay Briscoe. Jay, I know you were looking down. I'm going to hold this title for you. And uh-oh, we knew this was coming. The former Intercontinental Champion, Kevin Owens. Mark, you were a clever motherfucker. You ended my championship reign when I was distracted with Jacob Fatu. But that's on me. I should have saw it coming. But now that you have my full undivided attention and there's no more tricks, I want to take my championship back against you. Ow! Well, we saw this earlier tonight with Roman Reigns and Jay White, but obviously this rivalry's been boiling for months, and we're going to get another brawl on our hands here on SmackDown. Oh, the cutter! Kevin Owens laid out the challenge. And these two men, they want to fight. The new Intercontinental Champion, Mark Briscoe, is not screwing around. Ow! 7 days removed from the biggest win in his Universe Mode career, Mark Briscoe wanting to rid the world of Kevin Owens once and for all. Brutal strikes there by Mark. We are on the road to the Royal Rumble. Ow! And a nice elbow drop to Kevin Owens. Mark Briscoe is firing on all cylinders on the former Intercontinental Champion. But now Owens sending Briscoe to the apron. Obviously, Owens frustrated. He was not pinned or submitted in that triple threat match. Mark Briscoe pinned Jacob Fatu to win that championship. Tornado DDT by Owens. KO just frustrated, incensed, begging Mark to get back to his feet. Oh, and a bulldog. Kevin Owens has lost it into a splash. Kevin Owens even said he's sick of the mind games. He's sick of the tricks made by Mark Briscoe. And Kevin Owens says, you have my full undivided attention. No more traps, no more tricks. I want to take my title back. I want to become a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. And now Owens has Briscoe lined up. Stunner! Stunner to Mark. And Kevin Owens is losing it on Mark Briscoe. Well, Kevin Owens brawling with Mark Briscoe. He has made it known that his issues with the new Intercontinental Champion Mark Briscoe are far from over. We will have to wait and see if that rematch will ever be official. But what a statement made by Kevin Owens against Mark Briscoe here tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. We are back here on Friday Night Smackdown. It is a men's Royal Rumble qualifier as Rey Fenix of the Lucha Brothers look to go one-on-one against Kyle O'Reilly.
Making his way to the ring from Mexico City, weighing in at 202 pounds, Rey Fenix.
Obviously, Rey Fenix, one half of the Lucha Brothers alongside Penta. But Rey Fenix, obviously it's been well documented, he's been frustrated on his lack of opportunities here on the Blue Brand. But how big of an opportunity would it be for Rey Fenix if he manages to advance to the men's Royal Rumble match for a chance at either the WWE or World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of WrestleMania? That would be huge for this young man's Universe Mode career. But if Rey Fenix wants to be in that 30-man match, he needs to beat the violent artist, Kyle O'Reilly of the Undisputed Kingdom. Another man who wants an opportunity.
Weighing in at 206 pounds, Kyle O'Reilly.
Obviously, Kyle O'Reilly hasn't had the best career here in Universe Mode. He had an opportunity at the Hardcore Championship. He also failed to get an opportunity at the World Tag Team Championships. But Kyle O'Reilly looking to get some luck, more luck added to the conglomeration. Obviously, Mark Briscoe, our current Intercontinental Champion. Orange Cassidy, a successful win at Survivor Series War Games. Kyle O'Reilly looks to get a chance to be in the second annual Men's Royal Rumble match. But only one of these two can advance. A lot of history between these two men. Rey Fenix, Kyle O'Reilly, 1-on-1. And Kyle looking to start off strong. Obviously, we know a few men that are official for the Royal Rumble match. CM Punk, AJ Styles, Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, sorry. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. We also have been told one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, the new WWE Tag Team Champion, Solo Sikoa, has also officially declared for the Men's Royal Rumble match. One of these men will join them. That's Kyle O'Reilly. Very good momentum in the opening stages of this matchup here. Oh! Kyle O'Reilly, such a technical wrestler. Very underrated. Both these men are very underrated, but they're amazing in ring. Rey Fenix instantly with a moonsault. Here's the cover to advance to the Rumble and a kick out by Kyle. Obviously, the Royal Rumble is a match that changes careers for the better. And obviously, these two men yet to win a championship in their respective Universe Mode careers. Maybe if they win the Royal Rumble, it could soar their careers to new heights. As Rey Fenix of the Lucha Brothers looking to do good right here. Obviously, Fenix and Penta have had a few opportunities at the World Tag Team Championships in the past. All failed attempts. You hear break his fingers chants by the WWE Universe, and Fenix into a knee strike to Kyle. Things now seem to be going Rey's way. And oh, big punt kick to Kyle here. Can Rey Fenix get the opportunity he has been searching for? Getting Kyle. Oh, shot right to the neck. One of the best luchadors in the world is Rey Fenix. Oh, shot right to the head of Kyle O'Reilly from the ropes. But Kyle looking to get back in this thing. What a beautiful moonsault by Kyle. Into the cover. Hook of the leg. Almost advanced. Kyle O'Reilly had a shot against Jey Uso for the Hardcore Championship. A Night of Champions. Brainbuster. And now instantly into the armbar to Rey Fenix. Oh, also hooking the leg. Fenix has got nowhere to go. Can this be it for Kyle? No. Kyle O'Reilly almost advanced to the Men's Royal Rumble match, but he still can. Waiting for Rey to get back to his feet. Oh, brutal shot from the top. Oh, Fenix back to his feet. Oh, into a roll-up. This could be Fenix's opportunity. Kick out before the count could even begin. Referee Charles Robinson took a bit of his time. Rey Fenix tried to steal the victory. Drop down. Oh, shot right to the gut of Kyle. That's going to hurt in the morning. And now the Rainmaker. Rey Fenix has won championships all around the world. Never yet in Universe Mode, though. And now these two men, these two underrated talents, looking to beat each other down for the time being. This is a battle for control and a chance to be in the Men's Royal Rumble match. Oh, but look at Fenix. Oh, knee right to the face of Kyle. Great barrage of strikes by Rey Fenix. And now, Superman punch. Mocking Orange Cassidy, it seems, with the orange punch. Cover. Hook of the leg. Almost got it. Rey Fenix tried to get under Kyle O'Reilly's skin with the orange punch. Obviously, Orange Cassidy, a very close friend of Kyle's. And Rey Fenix now lying in wait. Oh, wait just a moment. Feast your eyes by Rey Fenix. Is this enough to go to the Rumble? Rey Fenix is in the Men's Royal Rumble match. What a victory for Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix is in the Royal Rumble. Kyle O'Reilly did a very good job in trying to earn himself a shot in the match, but Rey Fenix has officially qualified. What a battle between these two men, though. Kyle O'Reilly with the beautiful brainbuster to Rey Fenix. We thought that was it, but it wasn't. Rey Fenix was able to bounce back in a huge way in this match on Smackdown. Look at this by Rey Fenix, the orange punch, mocking Kyle O'Reilly. Well, mocking Orange Cassidy specifically. Kyle was still alive, so Rey Fenix knew he had to finish it. Put Kyle up on his shoulders, the feast your eyes. And Rey Fenix showing the world he has what it takes to be amongst the best. Rey Fenix has been clamoring for months. He needed an opportunity. He's got a huge one. Rey Fenix will advance to the Royal Rumble next month for a chance to be in the main event of WrestleMania. What a win for Rey Fenix here on SmackDown. Well, we are back here on Friday Night SmackDown. What an episode it has already been so far. But here comes Swerve Strickland.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 225 pounds.
Obviously, Swerve Strickland, former 24/7 champion, former AEW International Champion here on Universe Mode, has had a few issues with LA Knight in recent weeks. Swerve Strickland looking to bounce back in a huge way. Obviously, this is the road to the Royal Rumble. Everyone is going to want a chance to rack up some wins before the big event to prove they deserve to be in that match and be in the main event of WrestleMania. Obviously, Swerve Strickland was in the main event of Night 1 of SummerSlam, where he failed to defeat Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. Swerve Strickland maybe wants another opportunity at the Tribal Chief. But tonight, Swerve Strickland will go one-on-one against a man he has a huge amounts of history with in his time in AEW, Wes Lee. Obviously, those two battled for the International Championship back when AEW was booked in our Universe Mode by Dylan of the Long Island Wrestling Podcast. And now, Swerve Strickland looking to reignite that rivalry with Wesley. As here he comes. Wesley making his way to the ring.
Weighing in at 183 pounds, Wesley.
The last time we saw Wesley here in Universe Mode, he actually went one-on-one against the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns in a losing effort in a non-title match. But Wesley, obviously the first ever International Champion in Universe Mode history, former 24/7 champion in his own right. Wesley, the leader of the Rascals, now looks to rack up a win before the Royal Rumble. Could you imagine maybe Wesley winning that match? As we apologize for the interruption, we are back here on SmackDown. Wes Lee set to go one-on-one with Swerve Strickland here on SmackDown. We are on the road to the Royal Rumble. Obviously, these two, a lot of history. Swerve Strickland has had issues with LA Knight for the past couple of weeks here on SmackDown, but tonight he needs to focus on Wes Lee and Swerve Strickland. Match is underway. Oh, look at this spine buster to Wes Lee. Obviously, Swerve Strickland has struggled to find his place here on SmackDown ever since losing to Roman Reigns in a world title match at SummerSlam earlier this year. Cover. But Swerve Strickland cannot let that get the better of him if he wants to possibly win the Royal Rumble if he ends up getting in that matchup. As Wes Lee, look at this, Insecurity. Well, we have just received word that wrestling legend Sabu has passed away at the age of 60. Well, that's very unfortunate. We send our condolences to Sabu. Very unfortunate situation. Oh! Wes Lee is in control. Oh! Failed to hit whatever he was going for. Swerve Strickland with an elbow. Oh! And look at this by Swerve Strickland. Barrage of strikes there. Stomps to Wes Lee, looking like he's taking out all his frustrations on this young man. Oh, but look at this. That's LA Knight. LA Knight making his way to the ring. Staring the referee right in the face and, oh, wait a minute. Swerve noticing LA Knight is there. Full Nelson Slam. And Swerve Strickland is looking to attack LA Knight. We're in the middle of a one-on-one match. Oh, Wes Lee looking to take advantage into a Falcon's Arrow. LA Knight looking on. Referee doesn't give a shit that LA Knight's in the ring. LA Knight getting a front row seat. Oh, and LA Knight is attacking Swerve Strickland. I didn't know this is a no disqualification match. Wes Lee throwing a kendo stick at Swerve. I didn't know it was a no disqualification match. I didn't know it was like that. LA Knight came to the ring attacking Swerve Strickland, and it looks like he's going to hand the victory to Wes Lee. Wes Lee has no idea where he is or what he's supposed to do. Swerve Strickland now looking to get back in the fray here in this match. Oh, but Wes Lee able to recover, still a little bit fresh in this matchup. Oh! Nice takedown there by the former #1 contender for the World Championship, Swerve. Oh, brutal shot to Wes Lee. And Wes instantly getting out of the ring, try to get a bit of a breather lariat. Oh, but Wes Lee back to his feet. Look at this by these two men. Obviously, Swerve still a little bit out of it from that attack by LA Knight. It seems the issues are far from over. Oh, and Wes Lee using the kendo stick. Superman punch by Swerve. There's no DQ, but there's still countouts. Yeah, thanks 2K. Well, Swerve Strickland hitting that Superman punch. Wes Lee is stunned. And Strickland gonna go for the cover, try to win the matchup, and a kick out at 1 by Lee. That's very unlikely. And now Swerve. Look at this. Wes Lee still on his feet. And now Swerve takes him down. Is Swerve gonna go for it to put the finishing touches? The Swerve Stomp connects on Wesley for the win. Swerve Strickland has beaten Wesley here on SmackDown despite the interference from LA Knight. We had no idea that this match was no disqualifications, but I guess it was. These two men tore the house down, but then Swerve Strickland's rival, the megastar LA Knight, tried getting involved, tried handing the victory over to Wesley, but Swerve Strickland was able to bounce back. Wesley even tried to go for attacks with a kendo stick. Bam! Superman punch by Swerve Strickland, and then the Swerve Stomp connected by Strickland, and that was enough to earn him the victory here tonight on SmackDown. Very, very good match here on SmackDown. Even despite the attempted interference by LA Knight, Swerve Strickland wins here on SmackDown, as it appears the issues between LA Knight and Swerve are far from over. We are on the road to the Royal Rumble. We know it's going to be chaos, but what a victory for Swerve Strickland here on SmackDown. Well, we are back here on SmackDown, as it is time for our impromptu matchup that was announced earlier on tonight. Here comes the recently returning Switchblade Jay White.
Making his way to the ring from New York, weighing in at 228 pounds,
Switchblade Jay White, former Intercontinental Champion, former AEW World Champion, obviously earlier on tonight confronted the World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns and got into a brawl with him. Roman Reigns speared Jay White earlier on tonight, but Jay White appears ready to go. I think he's pretty far from 100%, but Jay White now is forced to step foot in the ring with the enforcer, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu always willing to put his body on the line for Roman Reigns. And obviously Jacob Fatu is pretty pissed off on his own right because of the events from last week. I'm probably looking to take out all his anger on Jay White.
weighing in at 285 pounds, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Obviously, last week on Friday Night SmackDown, Jacob Fatu had an opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship against Kevin Owens. In the middle of that match, though, Mark Briscoe cashed in his Money in the Bank contract and pinned Jacob in order to become our new Intercontinental Champion. Jacob Fatu, you could see it in his eyes right now. He is pissed off that he is not standing here tonight as the new Intercontinental Champion. And Jacob Fatu looking to take out all his frustration on Jay White. He is always ready for a fight, and it's going to be a fight we are getting here tonight. Jay White returning to the ring. He is taking on Jacob Fatu by orders of the Tribal Chief. And obviously Jay White, we said it earlier, definitely not 100% after that brawl with Roman Reigns earlier on tonight. But Jacob Fatu does not give a damn about Jay White's well-being. Obviously, Jacob Fatu has got to be pissed off. Roman Reigns is the current world champion. Jey Uso, who's not here tonight, is our current hardcore champion. Jacob Fatu is the only member of this new version of the Bloodline that doesn't have gold. Hell, even Solo Sikoa is one half of our new WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. Jacob Fatu has nothing. And now Jacob looking to make Jay White pay for confronting the Tribal Chief. Wrong place, wrong time for Jay White. Cover. Oh, Jay White able to kick out. Obviously, Jay White always loves a fight, always loves competition. Jay White said he mainly is challenging Roman Reigns out of spite for Will Ospreay. But Jay White, I bet he's going to regret that soon into the pop-up Samoan drop. Jacob Fatu. Oh, no, pile driver. Jay White is out. Oh, and a splash from the apron. Jay White looking to get out of harm's way, rolling out of the ring. But Jacob Fatu is right there with the senton. And now targeting the shoulder of Jay White. But Jay trying to get back to his feet. Oh. Shot to Jacob. Jay White looking for an opening. Knee to the face. It's been a while since we've seen Jay White here in a Universe Mode ring. Oh, and a shot from the top. Obviously, Jay White earlier this year had that huge rivalry with Will Ospreay that culminated in the main event of Fastlane. And Jay White now with a submission hold in on Jacob Fatu. Referee restarting the count. And Jay White throwing Jacob Fatu over near the Prime Hydration Station. And now brutal shots by the former Intercontinental Champion Jay White. Count of 6 by the referee. Both men have got to be mindful of the referee's count. Jay White is back in the ring. Could we potentially see a count out win for Jay White? Count of 8. Jacob. Is he going to do it? Breaks the count. Oh, Superman punch by Jay White. Mocking Roman Reigns. Cover. Hug of the leg. Jacob able to kick out. Jay White almost won this matchup by count out. Oh no, don't tell me he's got the feast your eyes too. I gotta change his moveset. But Jacob, Impaler to Jay White. Impaler connects. Is this enough? No. Jay White able to kick out of the Impaler at 1. And Jacob can't believe it. Fight forever chance by our fans in attendance. Jacob wanted an elbow drop. Jay White was out of the way. Oh, punch right to the face. And Jay White, the man who wants next against Roman Reigns. Springboard punch. Obviously, Jay White has done a lot in Universe Mode. One thing he's never done is win the top prize of Smackdown. Cover by Jacob from the clothesline. Oh, look at that. Jay White, one shoulder popping up is enough to save the match for the moment. But Jacob looking to make Jay pay into the Impaler yet again. Is this enough? Cover. Hug of the leg of Jay White. And Jacob Fatu once again does the bidding of Roman Reigns. Jay White did a valiant effort despite the brawl earlier on tonight with Roman Reigns, but Jacob Fatu, the man frustrated that he wasn't able to become Intercontinental Champion last week, was just that more pissed off. Jay White tried everything, almost won the match by countout. Bam! Superman punch right as Jacob Fatu made his way back inside the ring to save the matchup. Was not able to earn himself the win. Jay White tried to finish it, and then Jacob hitting the first Impaler on Jay White was not able to get the job done. Jay White tried to get back in this matchup, but in the end it was Jacob Fatu who was able to win the matchup, knowing Jay White was still weakened, hitting the second Impaler of the matchup, and that was all she wrote Jacob Fatu beating Jay White here tonight on Smackdown. Jacob Fatu wins here on Smackdown, and you gotta think the World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns has got to be grinning from ear to ear. And ladies and gentlemen, we have just received word. Jacob Fatu is confirmed to be in the Men's Royal Rumble match. That is going to be dangerous for the other 29 competitors in the Men's Royal Rumble match. Can we potentially see Jacob Fatu win the Royal Rumble and make his way to WrestleMania? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event of the evening. It is an 8-woman battle royal. The first woman eliminated will not be in the second annual Women's Royal Rumble match. The other 7 women remaining will be, but the winner will be guaranteed one of the final 10 spots in the Women's Royal Rumble match. You see there Asuka, Tiffany Stratton, Toni Storm, Lyra Valkyria, Isla Dawn, Mariah May, and Candice LeRae and Zelina Vega. Those are the 8 women that are in this matchup. And this is a very, very intense situation. Obviously, you do not want to be the first woman eliminated because you will not be in the Women's Royal Rumble match. We saw Asuka earlier on tonight help Kairi Sane earn an opportunity against Mercedes Moné for the Women's World Championship. A lot of these women in this match have never yet been a champion in Universe mode. Oh, look at this. Toni Storm, had Zelina Vega on the apron. Zelina Vega was almost eliminated, and she wouldn't have been able to be in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Obviously, Toni Storm, a very historic reign as Women's World Champion. Lyra Valkyria as Mariah May. Candice LeRae trying to eliminate Asuka. Zelina Vega is hanging on for dear life. Mariah May eliminated. Mariah May is not going to the Royal Rumble. And Isla Dawn eliminated as well, but Isla Dawn is confirmed in the Women's Royal Rumble. Everyone in this match will be in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Tiffany Stratton, Toni Storm, everyone else. Everyone in the ring right now is going to be in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Also, Isla Dawn, who was just eliminated. Candice LeRae throwing Asuka over. Now it's a battle of who is guaranteed one of the final 10 spots in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Oh, big shot by Candice LeRae. As it looks like Zelina Vega is about to be eliminated by Lyra Valkyria. Look at Tiffany Stratton with a splash to Candice LeRae. Tiffany Stratton a couple weeks ago failed to become Women's World Champion against Mercedes Moné. Obviously, Toni Storm, it's been a long time since we've seen this woman in Universe mode. Zelina Vega has been clamoring for an opportunity, but look at Tiffy on the top with Asuka. Into a superplex. Meanwhile, Lyra Valkyria and Candice LeRae had a bit of issues. Lyra was almost eliminated there. This is a tense main event here on SmackDown. Candice LeRae on the ropes. Didn't look like she connected anything. Crossbody by Lyra Valkyria on Toni Storm. Meanwhile, Zelina Vega, a woman who's universally underrated here on SmackDown, trying to eliminate the first ever Raw Women's Champion, Asuka. Obviously, Asuka would love to get another World Championship reign. Oh, Zelina Vega on the apron. This could be the end of the line for Zelina. Toni Storm with Irish Curse backbreakers on the Irish woman Lyra Valkyria. Zelina Vega eliminated. And Tiffany, hanging on. Dropkick to Asuka. Didn't really connect on either Toni Storm or Candice LeRae. Clothesline by Tiffany on Lyra. Now Toni Storm in the corner trying to eliminate Asuka from the Battle Royal. You see Zelina Vega going to make her way back to the locker room. Lyra trying to push Candice LeRae over to the corner. Tiffany Stratton. Wait a minute, no, Lyra able to counter into a crossbody. Could be a very good night for the Kabuki Warriors if Asuka manages to win this Battle Royal here. Meanwhile, Lyra Valkyria trying to eliminate Candice LeRae. Asuka in the corner. And Tiffany knocking Asuka off the top turnbuckle. It looked like Asuka landed weirdly on her leg. Asuka could be hurt. Candice LeRae trying to eliminate Lyra yet again. Tiffany had Asuka on the ropes. Didn't look like it worked. Toni Storm and Tiffany Stratton. Imagine seeing those women go one-on-one. Toni Storm obviously hasn't been able to win that championship back that she held for so long. Maybe if Toni wins the Royal Rumble, she'll be able to get that rematch yet again. And now Asuka eliminates Lyra Valkyria. We are down to 4. Asuka, Candice, Tiffany, Toni. And Tiffany Stratton throwing Toni Storm drop kick to Asuka. Tiffany Stratton knows this could be her best shot. Slap to the face of the former champion. Obviously, these ladies desperate for an opportunity. Meanwhile, Tiffany Stratton throwing Candice to the apron. Candice LeRae could be the next woman eliminated. And she is. Candice LeRae is gone. We are down to 3. Asuka, Tiffany Stratton, or Toni Storm will be guaranteed one of the final 10 spots in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Obviously, the winner last year was WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus, who failed to beat Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania for the Women's Championship. Maybe one of these ladies in the ring could be the second winner. Oh God, Toni Storm. Brutal shot to Tiffany. Obviously, Toni Storm was Women's Champion at the time of the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. She wasn't able to compete in last year's Women's Rumble, but she will in this year's. Asuka has Toni Storm right where she wants her. Asuka to make it down to 2. Asuka's close. Will Toni Storm be eliminated? No, Toni stays alive for the time being. What an episode of SmackDown this has been. Action fast and furious. And now Tiffany Stratton looking to eliminate Asuka. Toni Storm watching on. Will Tiffany manage to eliminate former Women's Champion Asuka? She does. Asuka's gone. We're down to 2. Toni Storm and Tiffany Stratton. A dream match for the ages. Tiffany Stratton. Here we go. Tiffany has Toni in the drop zone. And the splash. And this could be Tiffany's time. It could literally be Tiffy time. Toni Storm eliminated. Tiffany Stratton wins the Battle Royal. Tiffany Stratton will get one of the final 10 spots in the Women's Royal Rumble. Mariah May will not be in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Everyone else in that matchup is, but Tiffany Stratton, the true MVP, is going to the Royal Rumble. She will get either number 20 or later. Hell, Tiffany Stratton can even be number 30 in the Women's Royal Rumble match. But what a showing by all 8 ladies in this Battle Royal in our main event of SmackDown. But in the end, it was Tiffany Stratton who earned the ultimate advantage. We had 8 of the best women on SmackDown all in one ring, but Stratton proved above the rest, eliminating the historic former Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm, in order to get this opportunity. What a win. Tiffany Stratton will get number 20 or later in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Can we potentially be looking at the winner of this year's Women's Royal Rumble match? What a victory for Tiffany Stratton here on SmackDown. And ladies and gentlemen, now I have to conclude episode 9 of season 3 of SmackDown in our WWE 2K25 universe mode. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on, so that way you never miss an upload. And until next time, this has been your boy Will from Will's Wrestling Corner. Shout out to Will Ferris for booking all of these shows, and I will see you in the next video. Be good people, and peace.